In a land far, far away, there was a breathtaking kingdom with vast landscapes adorned by rolling hills, lush forests, and sparkling rivers. The kingdom was ruled by a wise and just king, who was loved and respected by his people. Throughout the realm, the subjects of the kingdom lived in peace and harmony, with each village and town prospering under the king's rule. Nestled on the edge of the kingdom, there was a small village that stood at the fringe of an ancient forest, which was home to many mysterious and magical creatures. In this village lived a young boy named Ethan, who spent his days exploring the enchanting forest, accompanied by his vivid imagination and insatiable curiosity. Ethan was an adventurous spirit with a heart full of courage, always eager to explore the forest and learn about the world around him. His parents, simple farmers who worked the land, often warned him of the dangers that lurked in the forest, but Ethan's thirst for adventure was too great to be stifled by their concerns. Every day after finishing his chores, Ethan would race to the edge of the forest, where he would spend hours discovering hidden paths, ancient ruins, and the countless magical creatures that inhabited the woodland. With each adventure, he would return to the village with tales of his encounters, captivating the villagers and inspiring the younger children to embark on their own journeys of discovery. During one such adventure, Ethan stumbled upon a mysterious cave hidden behind the cascading waters of a great waterfall. Intrigued by this discovery, he cautiously ventured inside, guided only by the dim light that filtered through the entrance. As he ventured deeper into the cave, the air grew colder, and the walls began to close in around him, yet he pressed on undeterred. The cave was dark and damp, with the sound of water echoing throughout its cavernous chambers. As Ethan ventured further in, he began to notice a faint glow emanating from the walls. Drawn to the mysterious light, he moved closer to investigate. To his astonishment, he discovered a large, glowing crystal embedded in the rock, its surface pulsating with an ethereal energy. Ethan reached out and touched the crystal, feeling its warmth and power surge through his body. As he did so, the crystal began to emit a brilliant light, bathing the entire chamber in its radiance. The cave walls seemed to melt away, revealing a hidden chamber where a beautiful, ethereal woman stood, her eyes filled with wisdom and sorrow. She introduced herself as Aria, the spirit guardian of the forest, and explained that she had been imprisoned in the crystal by an evil sorcerer who sought to control the magical creatures of the forest for his own nefarious purposes. Aria told Ethan that the sorcerer had been gathering the creatures to build an army with which he planned to conquer the kingdom and overthrow the king. Despite his fear, Ethan knew that he could not stand by while the kingdom was threatened. With a determined heart, he asked Aria how he could help free her and stop the sorcerer. Aria explained that the crystal's power could only be broken by a pure and courageous heart, one that had not yet been tainted by the darkness of the world. Ethan, emboldened by Aria's words, placed his hand on the crystal once more, willing the power within him to break the enchantment. As the energy surged through him, he felt a connection to Aria and the forest that was both powerful and deeply personal. The crystal began to crack and shatter, releasing Aria from her prison and flooding the cave with an even greater radiance. Freed from her confinement, Aria thanked Ethan for his bravery and selflessness. As a reward for his courage, she granted him the ability to communicate with the magical creatures of the forest, allowing him to better understand their world and the dangers they faced. With Aria by his side, Ethan set out on a quest to thwart the evil sorcerer's plans and save the kingdom. Along their journey, they encountered many obstacles, from treacherous terrain to fearsome monsters sent by the sorcerer to stop them. Through each challenge, Ethan and Aria grew closer, their bond strengthening with each victory. As they journeyed deeper into the forest, they encountered a tribe of noble centaurs, who had been driven from their homes by the sorcerer's dark minions. The centaurs, impressed by Ethan's bravery and connection to the forest, pledged their allegiance to him and Aria, offering their strength and wisdom to aid in their quest. With the centaurs by their side, the group continued their journey, encountering other magical creatures along the way. Each species, from the majestic unicorns to the mischievous fairies, offered their aid to Ethan and Aria, bolstering their ranks and providing valuable knowledge of the sorcerer's movements and plans. As the group grew in number and strength, word of their quest began to spread throughout the kingdom. Tales of Ethan's bravery and the magical army he had amassed reached the ears of the king, who was both intrigued and concerned by the growing threat of the sorcerer. Summoning Ethan and his allies to the castle, the king listened intently as they recounted their journey and the danger posed by the sorcerer. The king, recognizing the urgency of the situation, pledged his support to Ethan, providing him with the kingdom's finest knights and resources to aid in their battle against the sorcerer. With the full might of the kingdom behind them, Ethan, Aria, and their diverse army marched toward the sorcerer's stronghold, a foreboding castle shrouded in darkness and decay. As they approached, the sky darkened, and a terrible storm began to rage, as if the very heavens themselves were trying to repel their advance. Undaunted, Ethan led his army into battle, their combined strength and determination easily overcoming the sorcerer's minions. As they breached the castle's gates, they were met by the sorcerer himself, a twisted and malevolent figure whose eyes burned with hatred and malice. The battle that ensued was both fierce and terrible, with the forces of good and evil clashing in a desperate struggle for the fate of the kingdom. Ethan, drawing on the power granted to him by Aria and the forest, fought valiantly against the sorcerer, their magical energies colliding in a dazzling display of light and darkness. As the battle raged on, it became clear that the sorcerer's power was beginning to wane, his dark spells and enchantments no match for the purity and courage that fueled Ethan's magic. With one final, desperate attack, the sorcerer unleashed a torrent of darkness toward Ethan, determined to end the battle once and for all. Ethan, calling upon the strength and love of his friends, family, and the magical creatures who had joined him on his quest, raised his hands and summoned a barrier of pure, radiant light. The sorcerer's dark magic crashed against the barrier, shattering into a million shards of darkness that vanished into the air, leaving nothing but a faint echo of their malevolence. With the sorcerer defeated and his dark army scattered, peace and harmony were once again restored to the kingdom. The magical creatures, grateful for their freedom and the return of their guardian, Aria, retreated back into the depths of the forest, their connection to Ethan and the people of the kingdom stronger than ever before. In the aftermath of the great battle, the king held a grand celebration in honor of Ethan and his allies, recognizing their bravery and sacrifices in the face of darkness. The kingdom rejoiced, with people from all corners of the realm coming together to celebrate the victory and the newfound unity between humans and magical creatures. Ethan's life was forever changed by his incredible adventure. He had grown from a curious, brave young boy into a wise and compassionate leader, admired and respected by all who knew him. With Aria by his side, he continued to protect the kingdom and the magical creatures of the forest, ensuring that peace and harmony would endure for generations to come. As the years passed, Ethan's name became legend, his tale passed down through the ages as a testament to the power of courage, love, and friendship. The kingdom continued to flourish, and the bond between the human and magical worlds remained strong, a lasting tribute to the heroic deeds of a young boy who dared to believe in the power of good. And so, as the sun set on another day in the peaceful kingdom, the people gathered to share the tale of Ethan and his wondrous adventure. Parents tucked their children into bed, recounting the story of the brave young boy who saved the kingdom and brought harmony to the world. As the children drifted off to sleep, their dreams filled with visions of magical creatures and enchanted forests, their hearts warmed by the knowledge that, no matter the darkness, love and courage will always prevail. And with that, dear listeners, our tale has come to an end. May the story of Ethan's journey bring you peace and inspire you to dream of wondrous adventures, knowing that the power to change the world resides within each and every one of us. Sleep well, and may your dreams be filled with magic and wonder.